And we're live. This is Saturday, October 26th. There are 270 days until San Diego Comic-Con 2025. Welcome to the SDConCast, the official podcast of the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial blog. And if James was here, there would be music right now, but he is not. He is off playing Larcana, so just imagine the LiveJournal song in your head. So I am your host today, Carrie Dixon. As I just said, James will not be joining us today, but instead we have the lovely Erin Tapkin.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and Sarah is also not joining us because she is off in the mountains in Calgary.
She's
with
gallivanting.
No internet service. Yeah, she's gallivanting. Yep. So it is just us today. Yeah.
Here to answer all the questions.
Yes.
Over and over and over again.
Over and over again.
Yep.
So this is a special edition podcast for obviously open registration, which is today. We will be covering the badge sale as it happens. Right now, we're about 30 minutes away from the actual sale. The waiting room is open though, and hopefully you've been able to get in because there's been some technical difficulties today. We will take your comments and questions during the show. You can tweet us at SD_comic_con, or you can use the hashtags SDConCast. We'll also be keeping an eye on the YouTube live chat if you want to comment there. So let's just get right into it. Erin, do you want to give us kind of a quick little recap of the issue that folks have been having this morning?
I don't even know what the issue is because I didn't have the issue.
So it seems mostly resolved right now, but for a while. So the waiting room opens at 8 a.m. Pacific time. For returning reg, they opened it up about 5 minutes early. And I think they actually did today too. It's just that very few people could get it to load. It kept saying our servers are not available or something similar. However, it seems to pretty much be working out. If it's not working for you, I would basically keep refreshing. You can try clearing your cache. You can try another browser. But hopefully pretty much everybody has been able to get in at this point. But yeah, it's never fun when we start off the day with some technical difficulties, but hopefully we've got those out of the way. So again, what's going to happen right now, we're in the waiting room. And if this is your first time ever doing this, that you should see a little countdown clock counting down. This live stream is going to be a minute delayed from when you guys hear it to when we're speaking. So if we say something and you're like, well, that already happened, that's why. But we are all in the waiting room. Right now, my countdown clock says about 26 minutes, 45-ish seconds. When that timer hits 0, it'll take a minute. It will randomize everybody. And then your screen will turn into either a little green walking man, or last time we got a toucan. And he will either walk very quickly or very slowly to the finish line. When you reach the finish line, it will be your turn to purchase a badge. It will take you to the login page. Right now, you should not be logged in. You won't log in until you're actually chosen and your toucan or green walking man makes it all the way to the end. But at that point, you'll log in and you will be able to purchase badges for up to 3 people. Those 3 people does not have to include yourself. So it's either you and then 2 friends, or if you already have whatever badges you want and you're just trying to help out for friends, you can totally just purchase for 3 friends who are separate from yourself. You do not have to purchase for yourself. The main difference between this sale and returning registration is preview night. So if in the last badge sale you were able to get all 4 days, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but not preview night, you do have the option to add on preview night during this sale, but it's going to be in a slightly different place. So when you're able to log in, look at the navigation bar, the menu bar, and you should see a thing that says buy preview night. If that's the only thing that you are missing, click that. And then you'll either enter in your information, or actually it says your information will be auto-populated if you're eligible. Or if not, it seems like this is where you will add it in for a friend. But I feel like their verbiage was not totally clear on if your friend just needed preview night, but I'm assuming it's the same. But yes, if you only need preview night, it will not be on that normal screen. Again, look in the nav, you'll click buy preview night. Do you want to talk a little bit about the sellout times,
Yes,
Erin?
yes. But before that, I do want to talk about a couple things in the chat. It was asked and then confirmed by somebody that if you don't know your member ID right now, it's too late to look it up. Unfortunately, there's no way to go check that stuff right now. Or if you haven't added your credit card information and you wanted to do that, which is not absolutely necessary, you just can't log in right now. It's only at the waiting room.
Yes. And to be fair, so when you are chosen, I mean, you could technically use that time to be like, hey, I forgot my member ID. Or I even had somebody ask a minute ago, like, is it too late to like make a member ID for somebody else? I mean, you can, but the problem is you've only got 15 minutes. And also badge inventory is not held. So you're kind of spending some precious time, unfortunately, doing those things.
Yes.
But if you are in that boat, and you have no other choice, like you can still make a member ID. You can say, I forgot mine, but again, not until you've made it all the way past the waiting room.
Okay, so let's talk about sellouts. Last year's time frame for sellouts, preview night sold out in 29 minutes. That's compared to 35 in returning registration. Saturday was the next day to sell out. Usually is. That sold out in 66 minutes, 75 minutes in returning registration. Friday was at 73 minutes compared to 81 minutes in returning. And then Thursday and Sunday are usually very, very close together. They were at 89 minutes last year, and they were at 94 and 100 in returning registration this year. So
Yes.
this should likely all be done in about 100 minutes if all goes the way we plan it to.
Yes. Again, hopefully we've gotten all of our technical issues out of the way. I just saw a question. So Nadia asked, so we can't register new people like during the purchase. So again, I mean, you like technically could, but what you would have to do is literally like when you are selected, rather than logging in as you, like you would have to create a brand new member ID like for your friend and basically purchase it under that. So every person that you purchase for has to have their own member ID. So that's definitely not an ideal situation. If your friend already has a member ID and it's just like they're new, that's okay. They just have to have a member ID. Hopefully that makes sense. Can you also talk and bring up the issues from the last badge sale? I know for some reason it kicked some people out of the purchase / badge selection early. Ray Est asked. Yeah, so unfortunately there were some issues last time, and unfortunately like there's not one widespread answer for like here's why this happened. It's just technical difficulties. It definitely seemed like their server or their system got very overloaded for a little bit because things slowed way down for everybody. And most of the issues were around the same time. So I think it was honestly just overloaded. So we just kind of have to hope that that doesn't happen. As you can see from those times that Erin just gave, they did kind of slow things down after that. So I almost kind of hope that we, again, like slow things down so that that doesn't happen again. But
let's explore that a little bit more, because that's something that people, when they first see it, they get a little freaked out about it. So you're going to have time on there, or an estimated time of when it's going to be your turn, and that time is going to fluctuate. It's going to go down, but it also very, very likely could go up. The reason it would go up would be if people are taking an extra long time, if they're taking the full 15 minutes to check out, they're going to slow down the number of people entering so it doesn't bog everybody down. So don't worry if the time goes up and if the time goes down. If things start getting a little wonky, they may slow down the number of people who are entering into the purchasing page. And that's very common.
Yes.
People are not jumping the queue. That seems to be the worry. So no one's jumping the queue.
No one's jumping the queue.
No, just sometimes people are slow typers and it takes them a while.
So, like she said, don't panic. Like, if your time does go up, I truly think that in the last sale, like, they slowed everything way down basically because the servers were very clearly crashing and having issues. So it's actually probably a good thing if your time goes up, because it means that, like, they're aware of potential issues and they're trying to correct them. And one of the easiest ways to do that, obviously, is to get some folks, like, off the system so that it's not so overloaded. Just hang in said, you guys sound so grim. We don't mean to.
Oh, sorry.
We
no,
so,
we're not grim. We're serious. It's morning and we're serious. And Carrie's seen Venom like 17 times in the last 48 hours. So we're just very serious.
Yes, it's all Venom all the time. No. So honestly, I feel like in the last 2 years or so, I feel like we have had more people saying that they got badges than ever before. So I actually think that if you're trying for badges, even if it's your first time, like, I think you're in a good position. Obviously, it's never guaranteed, especially if this is your first time trying. If you unfortunately, like, aren't successful today, the very best thing that you can do in the future to up your chances is to find a badge buying group. You can do that however makes sense to you. Like, there are Facebook groups that organize them. I think Sean's Patreon does. I think maybe even our Discord, like, is organized a couple. Twitter, you can find them, just however that makes sense. But the point of a badge buying group is, like, let's say 3 of you need badges, okay? All of a sudden now only one of you has to get in, as opposed to all 3 people have to getting in individually. And that just goes up exponentially, like, the more people in your badge buying group. So if you are for any reason not successful today, that is our biggest suggestion. As always, though, please be careful about who you work with in a group, because one thing that I think a lot of people don't necessarily know is that if anyone in your group tries to sell their badge, anyone who purchased with them, their badges are also canceled. So just, be smart. For the most part, Comic-Con attendees are awesome, amazing people.
Yes.
So
helpful people.
Yes.
Let's remind folks too that if somebody has purchased all 4 days plus preview night for themselves already in returning registration, is there anything for them to do today? Can they purchase for other people?
I actually don't know the answer to that. I don't know if it will let you try. What my suggestion honestly would be is that, like, if you're trying to help a friend and you already got your badges, I would actually just ask my friend, like, hey, just send me your login information. And then that way, like, if I get through, like, I can just log in as you, and then it's not even in question. Yes. And just communicate with your friends so you know, like, if one of you gets in. But that would honestly be my suggestion.
Let's answer Nadia's question, because this is okay. They have a registrant in addition to themselves in their account. Will I have to manually buy their tickets, or will I buy if I buy tickets, will my registrant already be grouped together in the purchase? So
I think what they're asking, I think what she's asking about is splitting payments, I think.
Okay.
So basically what's going to happen is today, when you check out, you will check out for however many badges, up to 3 that you are purchasing. So that can be yourself plus 2 other people. When you check out, you will enter a single credit card. However, that credit card is not immediately charged. Now, you can't do this until after the sale ends and the waiting room goes away and it goes back to, like, just being able to log into the member ID normally. But once it does that here later today, you can log in, and we have instructions up on our site for how to do it, but you can actually have each individual person go in and go ahead and charge their card. They will, if you don't do that, because you don't have to do that, they will just charge the card that you checked out with within 72 hours. So you don't have to do any of this. However, if you don't want to be responsible for having 3 people's badges, like, hit your card and then collecting the money for everybody, just go have everybody pay for their own badges individually and their member ID after the sale ends. I would not wait too long, because even though they say they'll charge it within 72 hours, that doesn't mean, like, they wait until 72 hours on the dot. Like they could charge them tomorrow morning. So I would go ahead and make sure you take care of that today, if that is your plan. Yeah.
And your payment options include MasterCard, Visa, American Express, not Discover, and not PayPal.
Correct. No Apple Pay, no Google Pay, none of that.
Nothing like
Just
that.
normal credit cards.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you all for the Venom love. Yes, clearly I enjoyed it, considering I've seen it 5 times now. So one of which was
Including,
at the red
I was
carpet
gonna say,
premiere.
including red carpet premiere.
Yes. So, Caesar asked, can you sell badges? No, that is a huge no-no with San Diego Comic-Con. If you try to sell your badge and you are caught, like the badge will be canceled. And again, so will anybody else's who purchased with you. So if you cannot go though, they do have a refund policy, which I think, I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's through like May 13th. That you can get a refund. They keep 10% for a restocking fee, but still, I mean, I think that's pretty generous. So if you can't go, do not sell your badge, just ask for a refund. Okay. Okay, Becky said, I'm sure you answered this, but I did register for member ID. I'm in the waiting line for badges to open, but it says I need my member ID. I can't find that anywhere. Is it in my member ID portal? So when it's your turn to log in, I think you actually can log in with your email address. Once you're in your account, you should be able to find your member ID. But until that time, I don't think you can find your member ID anywhere. I mean, like you can search your email and see if maybe it's in like a welcome email or something from Configio, but otherwise, no, you can't log in until you get all the way through the end of the waiting room. Okay.
Once again, you can purchase for up to 3 people that can include yourself. It doesn't have to include yourself. So it's you plus 2 or 3 other people.
Yes, that is correct. May the Venom symbiote be in your favorite today. That's right, Bodega. That's right. I'm gonna wave my little flag because I bought this specifically for this. What we hope everybody does not have is a rock.
Don't get a rock today.
May you not be waving me. I got a rock flag today. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, it'd be great to see some new people get lucky for the first time.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a really good question. Cronus asked, is the link sharing referring to when you get to the front of the line or when you are in the queue? So both. So before you get into the queue, you can share like the general link, which is just comic-con.configio.com. That one is fine. But once you are in the actual waiting room, if your link says like queueit.net and has like a whole bunch of numbers and letters on the end of it, that is now unique to you. So you do not want to copy and paste that link anywhere because that is your registration session. If you share that with someone else is sharing your registration session. So don't do that. You do not want to post a screenshot showing that number, or at the bottom of your screen, you will have like a queue ID. You do not want to show that anywhere. And then correct, once you actually get through the waiting room and are able to log in, you don't want to share that. Basically, if somebody is like, hey, how do I get into the waiting room? Just tell them to go to Comic-Con site and click on member ID.
Yeah.
That's the easiest thing. Anything else I would not share.
All right, any more? Let me look through these questions here and see.
Yes. Okay, so Jay asked, can you have multiple tabs open? So no. So if you have multiple tabs open within the same browser, it will read as the same session. And you can know because you can check that little queue ID at the bottom. However, like you can have one per browser. You can do that. Or if like you want one on your computer and one on your phone. Just basically if you are questioning like, hey, did I do this right? Check the queue ID. If they're the same, you've done it wrong. If they're different, you're good. Okay.
Someone's wondering if the tickets go back on sale, the ones that are refunded. Typically, no. In the last few years, they haven't. They haven't done a badge resale for
since 2014, 10 years.
Many years, 10 years. They have done museum fundraiser sales. Last year they did them on, or last year they didn't do them. They previously had done them on eBay. Last year was the first year that they hadn't done them.
Well, so they did that legend membership.
Yeah, they switched to a legendary membership for their museum, which includes a 4-day pass. So
and I also just want to mention, so if you are local to San Diego, they have their Masquerade event at the Comic-Con Museum coming up here really soon. And historically, Comic-Con tickets are raffled off at that event. Or like if you want to go to Sam on November 9th, historically, they have also given away Comic-Con badges at Sam. So if you are local to any of these things and you don't get a badge today, it's probably worth checking those things out.
Yes, yeah. Matthew's wondering about buying a badge today and then getting approved for press pass or a panel. Will they still have to pay the restocking fee? Probably. I mean,
so I think it depends.
You can maybe ask nicely.
I think it depends. I think actually, like, they're usually pretty lenient on that. I'm not sure if you do have to pay the 10%, but I do know that, like, if they happen to approve you after the refund deadline, like, they will still take care of you. You just kind of have to let them know.
And I guess we didn't talk about the prices.
It is $361 total if you get all 4 days plus preview night. Plus there's a $15 fee. And I think if you got like some badges last time and you get some badges today, I think they do charge you the $15 fee again. I know, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Is there going to be an official, unofficial SDCC blog party? Weirdly, you know what? I am actually normally the one who's like, I don't want to do it. And this year I'm the one who's like, I think we should do it. So it depends on if I convince my party co-hosts
maybe
to do it with me. Maybe. So what I do know that there will for sure be, though, is friendship bracelets. We are 100% bringing that back. So that will definitely be a thing. And cups of water is always
a thing.
Always an option.
Lurking Cat on Instagram got a StubHub ad for Comic-Con tickets.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Is there a way to report illegitimate badge sellers?
So you can always reach out to, you can always like report it on StubHub. Whether or not they do anything about it is kind of questionable. I mean, Comic-Con, I think, does search like the StubHub and the Craigslist and the eBays. And I mean, I think they try to an extent, but there's always so many that you just kind of can't get all of them. But do not purchase badges on a secondhand site. Basically, the only two places that you can purchase on are through this sale today, or again, like if you do the legendary membership through the Comic-Con Museum. So don't do StubHub, don't do any of those others, don't do Craigslist, don't do any of those. Someone asked for James's. James's has left us yet again for another Lorcana event. So we know where we stand on his rankings, and it is it is.
I'm gonna take it personally. I'm taking it personally, honestly. Yeah, there's gonna be beef between me and James. I know. 2025 is the year of beefing with James. Somebody asked if they can get preview night if they only have 2 other days. No, preview night is only if you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you have Thursday and Friday right now, and you purchase Saturday and Sunday today, you'll be able to add preview night, but you have to have all 4 days to get preview night.
Yes.
And that's a good question, Andrew. Andrew asks, if there's no resales, how come there's a restocking fee? That's a great question.
I mean, it is possible that like they restock them and it just goes somewhere else. Like maybe they restock them for more professionals or more
Yeah.
press or more panelists or who
That makes
who
sense.
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it's just not going to another attendee.
Yeah.
All right, so we are about 4.5 minutes away by our clock. Again, as you're watching this, there will be a slight delay because that's just the way that YouTube works. So yeah, we are almost to the finish line here. So one more time, what's going to happen is here in about 4 minutes, the waiting room will officially like turn into the actual queue. They'll randomize us all, and we'll either see a little green walking man or a little toucan, and he will either walk very quickly or very slowly to the finish line. Once he reaches the finish line, your screen will automatically refresh, and that's the other thing is you do not need to refresh during any of this. Like it will all refresh on its own, so don't hit refresh. When he reaches the finish line, you will be prompted to log in, at which point in time you can purchase your badges. If for you'll have 15 minutes, you can purchase for up to 3 people, which does not have to include yourself. If you already have all three if you're purchasing for yourself, oh my god, I cannot speak today. If you are purchasing for somebody else and you yourself already have all badge types, if you are concerned that like it might say, well, you're not eligible when you go try to log in, I would just ask your friend that you're trying to purchase for their login information, and then that way it's not even in question. If as you are trying to check out, a day sells out on you, you will see on the right hand screen like a little recap of all the badges that are in your cart. All you have to do if a day sells out is just click the little red X besides that day. Otherwise, it will not let you actually finish checking out. So if you get any kind of an error about like not all badge days are available, that's what you want to do.
And they're not held in cart, not held
Not.
in cart.
Nope.
So I know you have the 15 minutes, but probably don't dawdle.
Yes. I also think we'll get the toucan, but I also think people had a valid point of like that little green walking man was not beloved. He was pretty widely hated because this is not the like it's a stressful situation. So I don't know that like associating the mascot of the toucan, who is pretty beloved, with like this sucky situation is maybe like the best thing for warm and fuzzy feelings towards the toucan. But you know, I thought it was cute, but I also see that point of view.
I like it when they update or try something new.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. So I see a lot of folks asking like, what day is better? In my personal opinion, like there's no such thing as a bad day at the con, but as many people in the chat are pointing out, Sunday is probably the weakest. Because in the last couple of years, there's never a bottom 20, there's never an indigo bottom. So first of all, like programming is less. And then last year they didn't do Hall H. Last 2 years, they didn't do Hall H. But 1 year was the actor's strike. But I bet that is a trend that probably continues. So there is a reason that Sunday is one of the less in demand days. But having said that, I love Thursday, especially like as a TV person. Like Thursday is usually my number one day. So, and if you're a floor person, Sunday can be great too because there's a lot of deals to be found on the show floor. So
occasionally you can run into places that have sold out of their exclusives on Sunday, but some places are really good about holding stuff back for each day. So
yep.
Sometimes it can work in your favor.
Yeah. Okay. It is almost time here. We are about 30 seconds away. So here when we reach 0, it won't happen instantaneously. It'll take a couple seconds or maybe a minute like for it to randomize us all. And then folks will start to check out. So that's pretty exciting. So here we go. 4,
A lot
3,
of deep
2,
breathing in the chat.
1. Yep. Oh, it is a toucan again.
Toucan's
yep.
here.
Toucan's here. Nameless toucan who does not have a name.
Doesn't have a name. Don't try to name him.
Don't try to name him or you'll get an email from Comic-Con. Okay.
All right. A lot of excited toucan folks.
All right. So they are still randomizing everybody as of this exact second. So we should start to see some times here. Again, don't panic. Okay, I'm starting to get some times. More than an hour.
Yep, that's what I've got too.
However, they do usually speed up. It might take a minute. So, all right. Here we go.
All
okay,
right.
So if any of you get through, let us know. If
let's hear.
Anyone gets through to purchase.
And I do want to mention that up at the top of your screen, it will say you have 10 minutes to enter when it's your turn. That's not your checkout time. That's just how much time they're going to give you to enter. It'll say it's your turn, and you'll have to click to enter. So you'll have 10 minutes to enter, and then 15 minutes to check out.
Yes, that is correct.
A lot of more than an hour's.
Yep.
Someone's got 22 minutes. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Pretty good.
10 minutes.
Very nice. Very nice.
19 minutes, 16 minutes. Okay, that's great. 11 minutes. All right. We got Val Hochberg in the chat too. Hi, Val.
Nice. Okay, I have 21 minutes.
All right, that's
not terrible. Yeah.
That's real good.
Okay, all right. We've got somebody at least.
Ooh, someone got in. Oh,
No,
someone's got a 3-minute window.
Ooh.
Straight to VHS has a 3-minute window here.
Straight to VHS is going straight to buy a badge.
Yeah.
So good job.
Very nice.
Good job. Okay, so again, even if yours says more than an hour though, like do not panic. As we said, it took more than an hour last year for Saturday and Friday badges to sell out. Do you want to go back over those times again, Erin?
Yes, let's talk about those times. Last year, preview night sold out in 29 minutes. That's compared to 35 minutes at returning registration earlier this year. Saturday was the next day to sell out. It sold out in 66 minutes compared to 75 minutes in returning registration. Friday sold out in 73 minutes, 81 minutes in returning. And then Thursday and Sunday both sold out right at the 89-minute mark. For returning registration this year, they were at 94 minutes and 100 minutes.
Yep. So again, even if right now yours says more than an hour, like do not panic. Do not panic. Jane only said, Carrie, you've been really lucky the last couple of years. I have. And the funny thing is I'm never trying for me. I'm always like trying for friends. So
you're the hero we need.
I know. Okay. I have 8 minutes. That's awesome.
That's great.
That is fantastic. All right. So this is the really exciting part, is because this is the part where like everybody's getting in so quickly. We love it. It always takes like at least half an hour for preview night to sell out. So should be good.
I like seeing all the people helping other people in the chat too. That's
I
good.
know.
People saying they've got their tickets already. They're just trying to help their buying group.
Yeah. Like I said, I really feel like the last couple of years, like we've seen more folks than ever, like getting through and having good luck. So that is fantastic.
All right. We got the times going up and down for people. Someone that went from 31 to 34. That's not too bad. But their hour went to 45 minutes.
Yep. So again, this is all pretty normal, like for the times to jump around and move down and move up. But again, this is great. Like even mine is moving around. Like mine just went from like 11 minutes to 7 minutes.
Good.
So
got some 3-minute ones.
And I mean, it could also be that like maybe as people get in, like maybe they had other windows open and they're closing them. So like times are jumping up, you know? Went from 56 to 27. That is fantastic.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. That is, yeah, seeing a lot of like went from 51 to 24. So this is great. That's what we want to see.
Yeah. We got one of our blog members had 13 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Not seeing anybody in our chat who's gotten in already. There's people awfully close though. As a reminder, how many tickets can you buy? Okay, you can buy for you plus 2, or you can buy for 3 other different people, not yourself. So it's 3 total, including yourself or not including yourself.
Yes, exactly.
And Ranger Chris, yep, I mentioned that. You're asking about the timing. It says you will have 10 minutes to enter the site. And then once you enter the site, you're going to get 15 minutes. So it's going to tell you it's your turn. You have 10 minutes to basically start your purchasing session. Once you start your purchasing session, you're going to get a 15-minute time clock.
Yes, that is correct.
So does anyone know what time it is over in Australia? I'm wondering about this Australian person. Are they in the middle of the night over there?
It is 3:07 a.m. in Australia right now.
Goodness. Oh my
dedication.
Goodness. Yeah.
Dedication.
And Todd's wondering what time we all logged in, the people who have short wait times. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you got to the waiting room right when it opened or went in at 58 minutes.
Yeah.
It completely randomizes everybody at that point. At the point it gives you your toucan and starts giving your expected arrival time, that's completely random.
Yes, that is correct. Like, I mean, I opened on 2 different browsers. One of mine currently says 4 minutes, one says more than an hour. Like, and I open them within seconds of each other. Like, it is truly random.
And 5 a.m. New Zealand time. We've got someone from New Zealand. Okay.
You guys are dedicated, but I hope it all works out.
Yes.
All right.
And actually the Australian says that they are in, but it's taken them 4 minutes to log in. So it's not looking good. Well, you're still okay. It's all good.
Yeah. Seems like several folks are.
Does anyone know?
Services are not available when trying to pay. Love this.
Oh boy.
Love technical difficulties.
Oh boy. Santiago's got it good though. He's only at 1 p.m. down in Argentina, so he's
that's
not bad. You're all good. You're all good. You didn't have to get up early and didn't have to stay up late.
That's right. Yeah, it does. Jay Peterman said that sucks to hear the login problems from returning registration are still present. It does. It does. Oh.
Kara in our blog says it says that it's her turn, but it's not doing anything. It's just sitting. What would you recommend for somebody like that? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I would, if it was me, honestly, like I would copy and paste my URL into a different window at that point. And just like see if that works. Try copy. Pasting.
Got some reports of the login page crashing. I'm so sorry, you guys. Let's all be patient.
I
A
know.
lot
I
of
hate it,
people must have got
guys.
in really quickly, and then now.
Maybe our time should not have jumped from 51 to 29
Yeah.
minutes. Comic-Con. Maybe we should not have done that. Got cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Our services aren't
Sorry.
available right now. We're working to restore all services as soon as possible. Please check back soon. That's the message Damien Shaw is getting. Nerd Dumb is also getting service unavailable.
Yep. No fun, guys.
So if you see your time going up, if you're in the queue right now and you see your time creeping up, don't be surprised because they are having some difficulties.
Yeah. No fun. The good news is that they did fix this like relatively quickly in Returning Reg. It took them maybe like 10 minutes, maybe like 15, but they did eventually fix it. So what I would not be shocked to see here in a minute is if times start climbing back up, as hopefully like they try to pull some people off the load of the server to get these issues to stop happening. Are you supposed to refresh? No, you are not. However, if it's just like sitting there, what I would do is I would copy and paste my URL into another window and just like see what happens. Because that way you're basically refreshing, but you've still got the original window. But again, I would only do that like if it seems like it's being wonky and like not working in the way that it should be. Like, don't do that otherwise. I've been at 1 minute for 5 minutes now. Again, I think that's okay. In fact, I think you would probably actually rather sit there and wait and hopefully they fix it as opposed to like you get through and your timer starts and then everything starts failing. So I actually think it's better like to not be in right now, which does not bode well for me in my 1 minute. Yeah. I know, guys, it's no fun.
No fun.
It's no fun. But hopefully they'll fix it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Got to my turn, and this is what loaded. Our services aren't available right now. No fun.
Andrea Kendall mentions take screenshots. And that is something we always like to recommend. If you get through, you're in the process and things start looking a little weird, take some screenshots. That way, if you need to contact Comic-Con for any reason, you'll at least have a little bit of something to show them.
Yep, agreed. See, people are complaining about the toucan. This is why I'm like, I don't know that you want to associate the toucan with like this thing. Like it's cute, but like
he's laughing at me though.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so it sounds like the majority of the problems are once it's your turn, moving from that part, the login page.
I think it is my turn. Let's and see.
Let's
I
see how
immediately
we
got
go.
the like. Nope, I immediately got the our services aren't available. So if I refresh, let's see what happens.
Carrie will be our guinea pig for refreshing.
Sucks for my friends, but I'm like, this isn't my badge.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I refresh again, services is not available. And again, nope. This is not going well, kids.
Nope. And so far, I haven't seen anybody. Have you seen anyone on Twitter say that they were able to get tickets? I haven't seen anyone in the chat saying that they have been successful.
I think some folks did. Let's see. I got in 1 minute wait past this purchase from 9 minutes ago. So yes.
Okay.
Some folks got in like straight away and then the problem started.
Okay. Once they let more
Then
than
the
one
problem
person in.
started. Yes. So congratulations to that like one person.
Way to go,
For the
one
rest of
guy.
us, they will fix it. They will fix it. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, okay. I refreshed and I'm actually in now. So
Oh boy.
be right back.
So you were on the just before you go though, you were on the service unavailable and you were
I was on
refreshing.
the services unavailable. I kept refreshing. It loaded now.
Okay.
So
All right. Good luck.
try it.
Sorry, you guys, you're stuck with me now. That's not stressful at all for me. All right. Got someone saying that they got in right away, but then they were denied. Have you been able to get back in? Hopefully. Time is going up a little bit. So they must be slowing down the number of people that are entering the queue, which is a good thing if they're having so many problems. I still haven't moved off of more than 1 hour, so I have no basis of comparison, but I'm seeing folks in the chat talking about their time going from 25 minutes to 48 minutes. Someone went back up from 39 minutes to more than an hour. I know that seems dejecting. I know it's never good. Just be sure that to remind yourself that nobody's jumping the queue in front of you. They're just slowing down the number of people that are able to enter to actually purchase. And they could be doing that because of all of these problems that we're seeing, the service unavailable and the login problems. So don't worry. Jeff Hollis, you got service unavailable page. Refreshing worked for Carrie. She had to refresh several times, but it did work for Carrie. So if you want to take a chance based on Carrie's experience. Oh, Elizabeth, you're so nice, asking me what my favorite Sunday activity on Sundays during Comic-Con and Sundays not during Comic-Con. I tend to enjoy taking a nap or reading too. All right, still time's going up, 37 minutes to 59 minutes. If you tried the refresh technique after you got service unavailable, it did take Carrie several times before it worked. So you may want to try again. I wouldn't pound on that button at all, but you may want to give it another try. Andrea, yes, we have seen people on Twitter get some tickets, some people whose toucan right away, they only had about a minute wait. So they have gotten through.
Well, I'm gonna pop back on here. This is definitely frustrating. So I got it to load, but I'm trying to log in, and I mean I've just been waiting for it to like load the login now for 2 minutes.
For a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
So that must be that our friend from Australia was saying that that's where they were having the problems. Yep. Just on that login.
Yep. I mean, it took me like 2 minutes to even get the page to be able to log in to load, and now I've been sitting here waiting for 2 minutes like to be able to try to log in. So fun. So
someone's asking for I'll go over the sellout times from last year again. Last year, preview night sold out in 29 minutes. So we're getting close to about 10 minutes away from that, 9 minutes away from that one. Saturday was the next day to sell out, and that sold out in 66 minutes. Friday was the third day to sell out, sold out in 73 minutes. And then Thursday and Sunday sold out in 89 minutes. And that was last year's open registration. There were different times, a little bit longer times for returning registration this year back in September. We've got some other folks saying that login is where they also got stuck. Several people saying they're in the same boat as Carrie. They were able to log in and it stayed refreshing. Okay. There's a suggestion that says if you're using Chrome, go back in incognito. Matthew's asking about preview night. Preview night is on Wednesday. Preview night, you can only purchase if you have all days. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then you're able to purchase. But you can also just purchase, like, people can just purchase preview night today. So if you're seeing something that's is offering you just preview night, it's probably just offering you preview night. Doesn't need for all 4 days. Kathy is wondering why they don't make us log in first to make sure everyone in the waiting room is eligible. The folks ask this all the time. Obviously, Comic-Con's probably never going to tell us. I don't know why. You know, they used to have a unique link that was sent out to everybody. I think that purchasing, there were still issues with that purchasing method as well. There's also reasons why sometimes they don't want to gatekeep that into just people who have member IDs. What happens on preview night? Preview night is, it's just there's not typically panels, but everybody's selling their stuff. The floor is open, the exhibit floor is open. It's just for a few hours at night, Wednesday night. It's a lot of fun. It's very crowded, but it is a lot of fun. Expo Logic, yes, that was the name of the previous platform that they used. No progress on for several people, and they're not seeing any movement. I still haven't seen any movement. Mine still says more than an hour.
Honestly, I think you guys should be grateful not to be seeing movement, because this is pretty frustrating. Like, I'm still just trying to log in. I mean, eventually it changed back to, well, I mean, eventually I put in my login information, and eventually it changed over back to our services aren't available right now. So
okay, are you still
now I'm trying to get back to the login screen
by using refreshing? Is that what you're still trying?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Just gonna hope for the best, but yeah, like, honestly, if you are not in right now, you should actually be pretty grateful. This is pretty rough. Oh my god. Yeah. Plant Synth Wave says this is rougher than previous years. Yeah, it is actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was.
I think the last 2 sales have been like pretty bad. Which is so weird to me, because I'm like, you guys have done this.
They were pretty quick to fix the problems on returning registration, which made me think that, you know, that they would be quick here, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know either,
if you bought everything but preview night during returning registration for 3 different people, can you buy days for different people today, or only preview night? If those are all tied to you, if you purchased 3 badges Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the only thing you would be eligible to purchase today would be the preview night for those 3 tickets. I don't think you'd be able to go back in and purchase for more member IDs.
Yeah, I agree. If you're trying to purchase for a friend and you already have like all the badge types on your member ID, I would get their login. Assuming you could even log in, which at this point is a pretty big if.
We are not, I don't think anything is sold out. They haven't tweeted, and
I don't think enough people have been able to get through to like actually sell anything out.
Yeah. So I don't think Reckless Encounters is wondering what days are left. I think so far every day they were real good about updating the page. And people are usually real good about tweeting us about it too.
Damien Shaw said, "Can't sell out if you can't buy."
That's right.
That's right.
Barely Ted, did this happen during returning registration? Yes, but
It did, but
not to this long of an extent. There were some hiccups that were just like this, and they were fairly quickly.
And it was
within
and it was more
minutes.
like slowed down. This is like
just stopped.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got back to the login screen. I'm at 4 minutes left of this session. I do not foresee this happening. Let's see if it'll log me in. My guess is no. Fun times, kids.
Carrie, what are your memories of Expo Logic? Was it better or worse?
I don't feel like we ever really had major issues with Expo Logic. I'm like, we had issues with the hotel cell.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything major with Expo Logic. I remember Ticket Leap.
Oh yes, is that the one that Dion mentioned where everything crashed and they had to start over?
Yeah, that one I think twice. I think it a few people made it through, or no, I think the first time they had it scheduled, nobody could make it through. Then they rescheduled it, and a couple people made it through. I actually did, but then it went so badly they had to reschedule it again. Yeah. It was real bad. I am actually surprised, but not surprised that Comic-Con has not tweeted anything about this.
I keep checking my phone, expecting there to be something. What the Bugs is wondering, how did you get back to the login screen, Carrie? Did you just keep
just refreshed.
Okay.
I just kept refreshing. I know it says don't do that, but what else are you gonna do? So I am at 2.5 minutes now, and it is still thinking about trying to log me in. This is definitely not gonna happen. Okay, well, it is what it is. All right. I mean, I can try to publicly shame Comic-Con. Hey, Comic-Con, you want to give us an update here?
Maybe let us know. All right, is anyone's time creeping up or down? Any movement there? Oh, the line is paused.
It's public shaming, kids. It works.
The line is paused. I'm seeing that on my screen. Instead of it's where it would tell you how much time you have left. It says the line is paused. Everyone in the chat is also saying that too.
Okay.
Okay, the line is paused. All right. Well, they're aware of the problem. Perhaps they're going to try to fix it. Public shaming worked.
I mean, I'm sure it didn't actually. I don't actually believe that. I'm pretty sure they were already on it.
Yeah,
but still, announce. Say something.
Yeah, say something. Silence is not great, folks.
No, it's not. I'll tell you what's not paused is this timer counting down.
Yeah. Kevin Demore was asking if anyone did get to purchase. Yes, we did see some reports, but really not very many. I actually haven't even seen anyone in the live chat say that they were able to purchase, but there were some reports on Twitter.
Yeah. This is fun, kids.
Yes. SM is asking.
I went from 10 seconds left in my thing to our services aren't available right now. Don't think that's happening.
No. SM is asking how many badges go on sale for returning registration. This is a number that we can speculate all day. We have speculated. We talk about it all the time, but we really just don't know. how many are allocated to returning registration compared to open registration.
Yeah. I mean, we've always kind of assumed that it's roughly 50-50, which makes sense because usually the sellout times between returning registration and open registration are like pretty close. If they're not 50-50, my guess would honestly be maybe like 40-60, but I actually don't think it's any lower than that. I mean, I might be completely off base, but that is my random but slightly logical assumption. Okay, all right. So that was fun.
What's your where are you at, Carrie?
I mean, I'm still on the services unavailable page, but I'm sure it's timed out. But I do have another one that's not like too far out. Okay. So
are you still refreshing that one?
I mean, I hit refresh, but like I have zero belief that this is gonna do anything at all. At all.
Thank you, Justin C. Who says I'm doing a good job keeping the cool.
You are doing a good job keeping the cool. You're doing great. Okay,
gotta
anyone
try
else
to
at the
keep
payment screen?
Gotta keep everybody a little bit zen. Oh yeah.
Okay, Rachel asked anyone else at the payment screen. No, and if you are, like, you have made it further than probably 95% of the people right now.
If you've been able to log in right now
and get to the payment screen, like, you are doing just great. Yeah. Okay, Clint said my friend just finished her purchase.
That's great. Okay, Clint says their friend. That's perfect. Okay, so something is happening. My screen still says line is paused. Does anyone else's not say that?
Mine still says line is paused as well. Yes. Okay, my friend is in but can't do anything and the clock is still ticking. Okay, so maybe not fixed for everybody. This is fun. We love this. Again, they should not have jumped our times back at the start from like 59 to 21. That's when the problems started. Yeah. So the good news, again, guys, is so few people have gotten in. Like, even though last year, preview night sold out around now, I, in no way, shape, or form, think they're about to tweet, like, preview night is sold out. Like, I do not think that's going to happen here anytime soon. So, I know it sucks. I know it sucks.
It is dejecting.
Yes. So long as, like, your time has not timed out, if you are in the waiting room, I think you guys are totally fine. If you are unfortunately one of the people who like only had one window and is timed out, hopefully you have a friend who is sitting in the waiting room. If not, I would definitely be like trying to find somebody who is in line. And I would also be hitting up the contact form on the bottom of Comic-Con's website and send them screenshots and explain. Sometimes they do things, sometimes they don't to correct issues like this, but it's always worth a shot. Okay.
All right. So we're at 34 minutes. Nothing has sold out, but nothing has also really sold.
Yeah, I mean, so far we've heard of like 3 people who've gotten badges. Like,
I'm sure.
So don't panic. It just is what it is. Like, technical difficulties, there's nothing you can do.
Right.
Again, like, they don't enjoy this any more than we do. They are actually probably way more stressed than we are because, like, they want this to go well. They do care. I wish they would tweet something, but it is what it is.
Andrew Dickinson says, we have one that had people in the tickets in the basket and then crashed out. Are they then locked out? Should they refresh?
I would go ahead and refresh. I would check my email to see like if maybe they went through, because that's actually what happened to me in the last sale. Was like I hit like process payment or whatever the very last screen was, and then like I got like a bad screen, and I was like, well, that didn't work, but it did, and like people got their emails, so it's like, okay. um yeah.
Alphabet Soup. They are asking if they already have Thursday through Sunday, can they still buy for a friend who didn't get Friday and Saturday? As long as you haven't bought your allocated U+2 or three tickets, you should be able to, technically you should be able to purchase if anyone ever gets to purchase.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think this has probably been up for a while, but there is a message like on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We've received word from our registration company that the anomaly we are currently experiencing is potentially a larger issue than they originally thought. For this reason, we have been advised to stop the current registration process. We will make an announcement as soon as we have detailed information. Those who have already completed their transaction should not be further affected. Well, yeah, if they've like already completed their transaction, I think the question here, guys, is like, what about the people who were in the middle of trying to purchase, like when it all died?
Right. And are they saying that they're stopping for the day and they'll have to reschedule this? Or are they saying we're pausing this for right now? We're going to try to fix it.
Know. I do not know. It is unclear.
Yeah, we are not sure if that's if that's a cancellation. We'll keep watching. Experiencing a potentially a larger issue than they originally thought. What the bugs is asking, are they going to cancel the sale entirely? We don't know. That's what we're waiting to find out. Their message is a little bit vague. They say they've been advised to stop the current process. What does that mean?
I don't know. Yeah. All we can do, like, we're in the same boat you guys are. We're just all gonna hang out until we know what's happening. Look, here's the good news is that nothing is selling out right now. So like it's not like you're missing out on anything right now. We just all want to hang out on Saturday morning. I mean, I can talk about Venom.
Yeah, you could. Are you seeing it? Do you have another screening today?
I don't know. I have like some free movie tickets because I won an Inception trivia contest on my birthday.
And I was like,
I might use one of those. So
can I ask what it was, what kind of questions were on the Inception one?
Yeah, so I actually really wanted it to be actual Inception questions. It wasn't. It was like they listed out all of Chris Nolan's movies and you had to like put them in the order of like highest box office gross to lowest. And I got like 10 out of the 12. So the next highest one I think was 3.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah. Good times. Val says, tell us about Venom. I got to have a photo with Tom Hardy. I got to go to a Venom offsite in New York that only a handful of people went to. I went to the red carpet premiere for Venom. Like, it was all Venom all the time. It was just amazing. I got to give like the Venom social team a friendship bracelet and she freaked out.
I'm going to interrupt you here to say that they have changed their message and they stopping the registration process to reschedule to a later date. So it sounds like we are done for the day.
Postponed.
Well then. Okay. Well, I first of all, I'm sorry because they've been doing this long enough that they should know what to expect. There's not really any excuse for them.
Again, like I know they're frustrated. I know everybody is frustrated.
Yes.
This is just, it's just not great. But we've been through this before. Again, it's like the ticket leap year.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's just ticket leap 2.0. I know it's not fun.
The message that
But
we're referring to, somebody is asking where this message is. This is the message that's on your waiting room. It's the box that's below your toucan, your walking toucan. They have received, and I'll read it out loud again. We have received word from our registration company that the anomaly we are currently experiencing is potentially a larger issue than they originally thought. For this reason, we have been advised to stop the current registration process and reschedule to a later date. We will make an announcement as soon as we have detailed information. Those that have already completed their transactions, which probably are very, very few, should not be further affected. So that's all.
So again, here is the good news, okay, is that nothing sold out today. It sounds like very, very, very few people were actually able to get through and purchase a badge. So you're really, I mean, maybe you're like 2% off worse than you were right now, like when the sale restarts. So again, I know this sucks, but hey, maybe when we do this again, James will be here and he can work the technology and I don't have to. So that's great news for me.
You're kind of an expert at it now.
Am I?
Yes.
Okay. Well, again, we are so sorry, guys. I know that like this is not how anybody wanted it to go, but I promise, like in the long run, this is a much better decision, because what you don't want to have happen is for them to like restart it and then the same issues start again. And like if there's technology issues and you're just like SOL, or like if you are somebody who did have a technology issue today and it timed out on you, like at least you get another chance. So in the long run, like this is actually better. I know that it does not feel that way at the moment, but it is in the long run better. And we appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Yes.
For this fun.
There are just a couple of questions that we probably should go over. Will they refund and cancel those who got through? No. It doesn't sound like it. Those who have already completed their transactions should not be further affected. So the few people that got through, they got lucky. They were in before the storm. PDZR, this is a QA issue. Please direct your frustrations appropriately. I have no doubt Comic-Con is just as frustrated as everyone else. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. I'm sure they are. This doesn't look good on them, and them being like we don't know what goes on with QIT, and so the only people we know to direct our anger to is Comic-Con. But that's true. So direct your frustrations appropriately. Mike Becker, so little later date. Are we done for today? Yes, I believe so.
I believe so, but I mean, I would love if they would like tweet something and just clarify, like, is a later date like later today? I would honestly not think so.
Yeah, I don't.
But it sure would be nice, like, if they would post something that's like a little bit clearer about like, it will not be today.
Not be today.
That would be nice if they would post that.
Yes, that would be great.
Okay, well,
we apologize again on their behalf. I know we're all frustrated, but I think this is really the only solution that would help the most number of people.
Yeah.
There are some people saying they haven't even gotten the message yet. Their message hasn't even updated yet.
Double check that it hasn't, because they only changed the verbiage slightly, but it will start with like, we have received, and then the new part is like the second sentence. For this reason, we have been advised to stop the current registration process and reschedule to a later date. It's that last part that like they updated. So yeah.
I don't think it'll be today. I agree with some of the folks in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, well, again, hopefully
but whenever
at
it is,
point,
we're gonna let you know.
We will definitely let you know, even if Comic-Con apparently does not want to tweet anything, which is definitely frustrating.
What's up with that? They were so good during returning registration. Oh, we should probably update our times too on our, so we know now our times are going to be like stopped at 37 minutes, rescheduled.
Yeah.
Hmm. Sorry.
Jason Ford asked, will I get to pick up where I was in line? No, I do not think you will. I think it'll be like a totally fresh sale, like totally fresh spot in line. I don't think any of this is going to carry over.
I would be shocked if it changes at all. If anything is different, they'll probably just redo it.
Yep. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Again, I know this is not
try to
anybody
go
wanted this to go.
Right. Try to go and enjoy the rest of your day or night if you're in Australia and New Zealand. So go see Venom, maybe.
Yeah, go see Venom, guys. Go see Venom. All right.
But yes, but we will. I think it's safe to say you can log off now. It's probably not going to be today. I don't think it's going to be today. It makes no sense today. We'll let you know.
Yeah, the last time that they did like hold it for like an hour, like they were very specific about like we hope to relaunch soon. Like it was not like we will make an announcement later. So
don't try not to get too frustrated about the lack of communication. I'm sure they're also frustrated. Hopefully they will eventually tweet.
Yep. Okay, well, thank you guys, and we will see you soon. So everybody,
bye everyone.
Go Corva. Yeah. Do I know how to make this in stream? There we go.
I feel so bad for everyone.
I do too. That was rough.